What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing them the bacon, MLB DFS video. It's going to be your Saturday edition. We're trying to give you a first look at the slate. So if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. If you've been here before, you kind of know the drill. But for the new people here, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the games. We're going to break them down. We're going to use Outlier. We're going to look at the pitchers, batters, stacks, everything for you. On top of that, we have giveaways. Try to have 2 giveaways a day. Here's how to win. Like the video, be a subscriber, and you gotta leave a comment on this video. This being a Saturday, I know you guys are gonna kill it, but if this video gets at least 50 likes, you will have a shot at a free week as long as you left a like and a comment on the video. And don't forget to be a subscriber. And that's every sport. That's not just MLB for a week. So that our current sports that we were doing are MLB, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA. If this video gets at least 100 likes, you'll have a shot at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on this video, you will have a shot at a $500 lifetime pass. Our normal yearly pass is $199. I am still waiting on one person now to email me back. So we have 1 spot available. First come, first serve. If you've been on the fence about getting it, instead of $199, you can get it for $99 today. All you got to do is email me. The email's in the description, but it is also dfshelp1@gmail.com. If you want that, let me know, like the subject of Mother's Day special or something like that. The second way to win, somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword or key phrase. I'll say it. You type it in, and you'll have a second shot at a free week. So we are going to roll this now for the 2 winners, or maybe the 1 winner from yesterday's video. So in that video, before lineups locked, so main slate locked, we ended up having, just so you guys know, we ended up having 874 views, 82 likes. So 1 person didn't like the video because they're jealous, but you got a 1. So whoever wins here will be a free week of FTA Plus because it's a minimum of 50 likes. And the winner of the free week is Every Day is Sunday. Congratulations. I think it's been a very long time since you have won, but it is a very long time coming. Congratulations. Please email me. Just let me know that you saw and that you are the 522 video views winner. And it's for a free week. So we are going to re-roll it for the keyword. Now, the keyword was Friday, so she did have it in there. We're still going to re-roll it for the keyword, but she still has a shot to win randomly right now. My hands are up. Let's see who the winner of the keyword is. Cujo Blue, congratulations. Please, both of you, email me. We will get you set up for your free passes. So congratulations to both of you. Come back tomorrow and see if you were the winner from this game or day. So use an Outlier if you've never used it before. The link to sign up is down below. All you got to do is click on that. You're going to get a 7-day free trial, and I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to see in it. After 7 days, if you guys sign up using our link, we're going to give you a free week of FTA Plus. If you sign up using our link after 7 days for their premium package, show us proof email us proof, and we are going to give you a free month of FTA Plus on top of everything. So being a Saturday, usually the slates are a little bit weird, like they're split up for the majority of it. This is a really weird one because we have 2 early games, Kansas City, Minnesota, Arizona, St. Louis. We got possible rain in St. Louis for this. I'm not going to break down a 2-game slate just because most people aren't going to play it. The pitching's not the best. Liberatore I would use, but I mean, Arizona can hit very well. Merrill Kelly is very up and down, and St. Louis can hit. But right there's weather concern there. Then you got Michael Wacha, and then you got Zebby Matthews, who really hasn't done anything either. So I don't like this early 2-game slate. I don't know why this is a slate here. And then you have a Baltimore-Boston makeup game from, I think, Thursday that they didn't get a play, which isn't on here, and then they've got the main slate one. So we're going to skip these 2 games, and we're going to skip the early Boston-Baltimore game, and we're going to look directly at the main slate. So the main slate today locks at 3:05 Eastern, 2:05 Central, other times, Mountain and Pacific time. My brain is fried right now. But hopefully you guys are doing very well. So after we go through every single game, we've done 10,000 sims in the background. We are going to give you all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulations. We are then going to give you all of the pitches be crazy. So our top 5 against the teams that strike out the most. Then we're going to give you our sports bets in a segment we called Makin Bacon. So right now, let's get ready to rock and roll and check out this main slate. So hopefully you guys are good to go and you really like what we're bringing to the table. So if you are new to the channel and you don't have a subscription to us, just subscribe here on YouTube. Once we get 12,000, I'm going to give away 2 lifetime passes worth $500. So that being said, we got a first game, San Francisco at Washington here. So weather looks to be good. Hopefully we're good to go with the weather here. We got Kyle Harrison, not really doing much, $6,100 and 4.8 is what he's averaging. Again, he's out of the bullpen, just trying to see. He's gonna absorb a rotation spot. It just depends. Like, he hasn't been stretched out. Like, he's 38 pitches he did once. That would scare me a little bit. The way that Washington is going, I can't use him. I can't trust him. Even at his price, I don't trust that. Then you got Jake Irvin in his career against San Francisco, 41 plate appearances, but giving up a 385 batting average. Comes in with a 388 ERA here. He is coming off a really good game against Baltimore. It's wild how bad Baltimore is this year. But a bad game against Atlanta, bad game against Cleveland, bad game against Philly. He's not really done that well. Pitching at home, he's a 408 ERA, so he has been worse at home. If we split it 5 and 5 on the road and away. So that's the only thing I'm kind of like, I probably would look at batters in this one over pitchers. And this is kind of what I want to show you. If you've never seen Outlier, this is exactly what we've got to show you using them. Again, I'm not affiliated with them. They are not a sponsor of this video, but we have used them since beginning of last year, I believe, and it's been awesome. A lot of you have said great things about it that you've used. So what I love is you can see the pictures, blah, blah, blah. You can see the injuries and the insights. If you want to go look at prop bets or player bets or game bets, you can all look at those. But what we do is we look through here and we just look at the batters who've had success. So BVP and then batter splits. So looking at the batter BVP, like Elliot Ramos, Yastrzemski, and Matt Chapman all have home runs against Jake Irvin. This is why I really don't trust taking pitching here. And then as you can see, the green obviously means good. But we look at this and we see that like Willy Adames batting 246 against righties this year. You got Matt Chapman. He's only batting 195, has 8 home runs against righties, and has had success. I think he was 3 for 3 against Jake Irvin, so he sees the ball well. You got Wilmer Flores batting 264 with 7 bombs. You've got Elliot Ramos with 7 bombs. Like Jung-Ho Lee, Mike Yastrzemski. I am looking at a San Francisco stack here. I'm not looking at pitching. And then flip side of that, I'm looking at Washington bats. The ones like they don't do very well against lefties. I don't know how deep San Francisco is going to allow him to go in this game. Maybe a couple of innings. He's only stretched out to 38 pitches and a full thing. So we're looking, that could be 1 inning, that could be 2. Then we get to the bullpen. So the bullpen comes in, and then that's where we like a Nate Lowe against right-handed pitching. Where we like CJ Abrams, maybe a little bit of Josh Bell, Hybert Ruiz, Ahmed Rosario is hitting very well right now. You could look at Robert Hassel. He just got called up Wednesday or Thursday. You could use him there. So in this game, I'm avoiding the pitching. I'm going the bats. I like both of them. I could see this being a high-scoring game. So next game, Milwaukee at Pittsburgh is on the docket. Weather looks to be good. Let's check it out. So we got Mitch Keller going up against Quinn Priester. Quinn Priester, 6 plate appearances, really hasn't seen much. Mitch Keller, 93 plate appearances, 381. As bad as Pittsburgh has been, Quinn Priester at 6,900 is kind of intriguing to me. So he does have a 4.66 ERA, so it is up there. Coming off, I mean, he hasn't hit value, and if you've never been here before, value-wise for me, minimum on DraftKings, you need 25 fantasy points out of your starting from both starting pitchers. When they're under 7K, that's when you can kind of pull it back and be like, we need about 2.5 to 3 times value. So we're looking at let's just say 7,000. You're looking at about 15 to 21 fantasy points I would feel comfortable with. Now, we look at that. He hit it once this year against Detroit. Does have a good matchup here against Pittsburgh. Overall, Pittsburgh is not doing very well. So I don't mind him. Then you got Mitch Keller, 3.88 ERA. He's had some good games here, but Milwaukee, it just depends on which Milwaukee team we're going to get. So that's why we're going to come here, and we're going to use this, and we're going to check out the bats on both sides. So I personally would lean a little, and I'll be the first one to tell you guys, I'm not right all the time. I have been wrong in the past. You guys know it. You guys hold me to it. We're here. I'm if you can't join FTA Plus, just watching these videos, clicking on the ads, and watching the entirety of the video a few times a day, that helps me out. That is what I'm here for. I'm here for that and to help you out. I'm not unlike other YouTube channels, big names, I won't say. I don't steer you towards player A, B, and C, and then go D, E, F over here. I'm giving you the plays that I would play, or that I am playing, or that in my player pool for the day. So I don't trust Pittsburgh much. Pittsburgh bats, like overall, you can see very low batting averages. The average is like 240 right now, and there's pretty much everyone is below that besides like Joey Bart, Cabrian Hayes, Spencer Horwitz doesn't count 18 plate appearances. Like Andrew McCutchen, like everyone else is below that. So I do like Quinn Priester for tournaments because he is so cheap. And then I would go Milwaukee bats against Keller. So you got William Contreras has got 2 bombs. He is playing with a fractured finger, or he was. It might be healed by now. So that's a thing. I would use him. I would use Bryce Terang. Then against right-handed pitching, like Christian Yelich had a couple of bombs the other night. I would look at Sal Frelick, Churio. Rhys Hoskins has been on fire. 299 batting average, 5 bombs. I would look at those guys if I were to build lineups here. I don't know how much exposure I'll have to this, but I'm fading Mitch Keller and going Milwaukee bats, and then I'm going Quinn Priester just a little bit. So then we got San Diego at Atlanta. We saw Ronald Acuna is back, and we know he is because he hit a home run on the first pitch he saw against Nick Pivetta on Friday. So now we have Michael King versus Grant Holmes. Michael King has been on fire. We've used him, I think, every single start. He was the picture of the video and article his last time he pitched against Seattle. 17.8, so he did go under a little bit. He only gave up 3 runs, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 8 strikeouts, but he only got 17.8. So it was a little bit lower. And then against Atlanta, 39 plate appearances, 294 batting average. So he's seen them a little bit. They have hit him a little bit. I don't know if I want to pay $9,500 for him. Not with Acuna being back. I think that might just be the spark plug that they needed to put some runs up there. And you can see he's already faced Atlanta once this year. 2.2 innings, 3 earned runs, 10 ERA, and only 1.2 fantasy points. And that was when they weren't doing very well. So I would look at the Atlanta bats here. So I'm looking at this. I'm probably not, I don't feel comfortable paying for him. Then you got Grant Holmes with a 4 ERA. Like, he's hit value, but like not enough with the gross hair and the porno, what is that called? Fu Manchu? Fu Manchu? I don't know. Keyword of the day is Fu Manchu. Right? I don't know. You let me know what it is, but that's the keyword. I don't trust him. I'd rather go the offenses in this one. And that's why I absolutely love right here looking at the bats here. So when we are looking at these, where's it at? Is it missing? No, it's right here. Okay, it's out of order. Sometimes it's out of order when not all the pitchers have been inputted in a timely fashion. So did he just face them too? Yeah, he just faced him, went 1 inning in that game, 2 Ks, or not just faced him, but he has this year, and really didn't do anything out of the bullpen. Now they've kind of stretched him out. If we look at game logs, he's pitching 90 plus pitches here, which is good. He did hit value here against the Dodgers, which just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Kind of came back down to earth, and he's hit value. But San Diego, and we'll break it down a little bit. Against Holmes, no one has a home run. Against right-handed pitching, though, you do have like Luis Arraez batting 325, Cronenworth batting 255. Sheets batting 293. I think he hit a monster home run on Friday. Jackson Merrill batting 371. You got Tatis batting 319. Machado batting 290. Like, they're hitting righties very well. That's what I would look at. I do not trust the pitchers here whatsoever. Atlanta bats against King. Like, Ozzie Albies has a home run, and he did get lit up by them. And then you look at Baldwin, would be a cheap catching option, batting 362 with 4 bombs. Ozuna batting 288 with 8 bombs. You got Riley batting 280 with 6 bombs. Verdugo 295. Eli White batting 291. Cheaper options. Obviously, Acuna is back now. Matt Olson is there. Like, Atlanta today feels like one of those 2+ stacks. And if you are new to the channel, 2+ stacks, what I'm looking at are there's more than 5 players in a lineup. You can't stack them in one lineup. You make multiple different ones. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I love Michael King outside of this. And he has the stuff to have a great game, but he's already been lit up by them once, so they know what he throws, and they got better. So that's what I'm scared about. So I'd probably lean more towards the bats overall. Texas at the White Sox is next. You got Jack Leiter coming in, where it just depends. 14 plate appearances against him, 182 batting average. I would use him. And then Jonathan Cannon is a sneaky option. I think both of these pitchers are sneaky options. The way, as bad as Texas offense has been overall this year, just not putting up a ton of runs. They've had games where they put up some big runs, but then they just have games that they're putting up 1 run. Like the Yankee series was just bad overall. I don't trust the bats right now. There's no bats, the White Sox, that jump out to me after 10,000 sims. Maybe there will be later after 20,000. We'll let you know. But I'm looking at Jack Leiter number 1 and Cannon number 2 here because they're both right around the same salary. They are both right around the same fantasy point per game here on DraftKings. So I would look at it as a pitching matchup. If the weather's good, it should be. That's kind of where I'm at in this one. Baltimore at Boston is one. We can't really narrow down who the batters are going to be because this is game 2, I believe, of the doubleheader. So they're making up a game. This game might even be removed from this after all said and done. I've seen that happen before. So you got Zach Eflin versus Hunter Dobbins. So both of them have been Eflin, 84 plate appearances, 325 batting average, and then Dobbins has never faced them before, but he is coming in averaging right around 2 times value. I would take Dobbins a little bit because Baltimore strikes out the 5th most out of any team, but Boston strikes out the 3rd most out of any team right now. So it's kind of up in the air. It could be a low scoring game, but Eflin coming in, he's averaging 11.5 or 11.5. 5 ERA, coming off minus 2.6. He had 17. He had a couple of good games there. Now he's going up against Boston. He's already faced them once this year, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 5 Ks, did have 12.7. That's not enough at 8,100. So I would probably just be looking at the bats for Boston and not looking at pitching overall and not looking at the Orioles at all. So if I will have Dobbins for tournaments. That is it. I'm not going to have any Eflin. And then I'd have the Red Sox bat. So I'd be looking at, obviously, Jarren Duran. I would be looking at Rafi's coming around, Alex Bregman, Trevor Story. And then just depending on the lineup that comes out, Rob Refsnyder might be in there. Wilyer Abreu could be there. Hamilton, just depending on the lineup. That's where I'd go in this one. Avoiding Baltimore and looking at Dobbins a little bit for tournaments. And that's probably it. So then that's the game that I'm looking at there. That's kind of where I'm at. And again, make sure you're looking at the correct lineups because this is the second game of a doubleheader. The catchers are probably going to be different. The position players might not play the same. And I think this might be just a back-to-back doubleheader where they play the first one, then they automatically roll into this one. If that's the case, this will stay on this main slate. So looking at the next game, we've got Chicago at the Reds. You've got Andrew Abbott versus Colin Ray. Coming into this one, just seeing what they've in their career. Now, this is in Cincy, the ballpark. The ball flies out of here. Great American Small Park for a reason. Colin Ray, he's only averaging 11.8. He's 8,200. Kind of needs to average about 17 to make it worthwhile. In this ballpark does scare me. In his career against the Reds, 69 plate appearances, a 308 batting average. And then Andrew Abbott, 31 plate appearances, 348. I'm probably avoiding the pitching in this one. I just don't trust this stadium whatsoever. And this is where I would look at the ballpark factor. So the wind blowing out, over-under is 9 right now. It's a very high over-under for baseball. I'm just pretty much mainly focused on bats. So if we were looking at Cubs bats against left-handed pitching, Nico Horner batting 351. Matt Shaw batting 300 with a bomb. You've got Suzuki batting 341 with 5 bombs. Tucker batting 298 with 5 bombs. Even Justin Turner could be a cheap option. I'm looking at the Cubs as a stack. Carson Kelly, I love Carson Kelly. But it might be a Miguel Amaya. It just depends on, it doesn't matter really who the catcher is, but I'd really prefer stacking with Carson Kelly. And then the Reds bats against Colin Ray. Ellie has a home run, and Santiago has a home run. Gavin Lux has a home run. Spencer Steer has a home run. Will Benson has a home run. They've hit him. And then against right-handed pitching, you can see there's so much green. I'm stacking both. I think this could be a high-scoring game. I think more than 9 runs get scored in this game. And just looking at the weather for this game, blowing out to right center, 20% chance for home runs. Yes, I'm all in on stacking this game, not looking at pitching, just kind of wait for the lineups to come out. That's exactly where I'm going in this game right here. So then we got the Yankees at the Rockies. So it does appear to be some rain. We know the Rockies are historically bad. They're the worst team in, I think it's at 130 years, or they're on pace to be. Max Fried has been absolutely on fire. He's the best. Is it the best ERA in the majors or the best ERA in the AL? Whatever it is. Again, I know Coors is a different beast. The ball can fly out of there. Against Kyle Freeland, I am looking at Max Fried. I'm looking at the Yankees bats. Pretty much everyone in this Yankees lineup I'm looking at. I'm kind of wait for the lineups to come out. But, Judge, Grisham, Cody Bellinger's been on fire. Paul Goldschmidt's been on fire. He's played in the stadium before. Grisham played in the stadium a ton when he was with the Padres. They've seen this. They know what to expect. And that's where I'd go with this one. So I'm stacking the Yankees. I'm looking at Max Fried. Just kind of monitor the weather. Again, weather can change in this ballpark in an instant because the weather comes down from the Rocky Mountains, and it can flip from being 40 degrees in rain to 70 degrees in sunshine within like a couple hours. I was there one time during it, and it's just a wild thing to see. Then the final game here on this main slate, Seattle at Houston, you got Framber Valdez versus Brian Wu. Brian Wu's been doing very well this year. Against Houston, he's had success. 26 plate appearances, a 160 batting average. He also has 23.1 K percentage, and it's only a 3.8 walk percentage. He comes in, he's averaging 21.7 fantasy points a game. He has not faced Houston this year. He's pitching on the road where he has pitched 6 games already. Got a 3.52 ERA on the road. Against San Diego, he has back-to-back games. He had a great game against the Yankees where they won the game 2-1. Athletics, not so much. Texas, 33.7. Boston, 26.5. And Houston, they are good, but Brian Wu at 8,700 seems like a steal for me. And then you got Framber Valdez. He's averaging 18 fantasy points, coming off 3 straight really good games, very good games. That's what we're looking at the games. Looking at this, he's already faced Seattle once this year, 6 innings pitched, 8 Ks. He averaged 27.1. I like both of these pitchers. I'm not really looking at the offenses right now. Through 10,000 sims that I see, none jump out. Maybe they do jump out later, and that is why we update everything. We put it under the MLB tab here about an hour or so before main slate locks, so you can check out all of that from projections to simulations. But at the moment, I'm not looking at the offenses. I am looking at both pitchers here. I think it could be a pitching duel. You save a little bit of money with Wu, but Valdez has had a good game against them already. Okay, so we're going to look at the afternoon slate here. Toronto at Tampa Bay. Now, again, this is not Tropicana. This is Tampa Bay where the ball flies out. It is a minor league ballpark. So we look at this. We've got Jose Barrios versus Shane Baz. Barrios, 112 plate appearances, 269 batting average. He's very Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He's great games, and then he gets lit up. He actually has a plus matchup here against Tampa Bay overall. He's had back-to-back games where it's not been ideal. He just faced Tampa Bay 2 starts ago. I believe we used him in that game, and it screwed us over. Okay, that was at home. Now this is even worse. This is a ballpark where the ball flies out of there. 5 earned runs. He got 4.6. I don't trust him. They just saw him not too long ago. They were very familiar. Then Shane Baz comes in, kind of the same thing. Went 4.2 innings, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Really didn't hit value in that same exact game. 12.9 is not the value you need. We need more than that. So I'm probably avoiding the pitching. So if we were to look at the bats, because we are avoiding the pitching, it's exactly what we're about to do right now. Again, these are just my suggestions, what I would do if I were in this situation. Again, it's your own money, you make your own thing. But we look at this, Shane Baz coming in, not much. You look at the bats against him, Bichette has a home run, but he's only batting 167 against him. Dalton Varsho, 1 for 2, but that one hit is a home run. Against right-handed pitching, Bo Bichette overall this year, 307 batting average with 4 bombs. You got Nate Lukes batting 275. Santander's got 6 bombs. He's only batting 195. I probably wouldn't use him. Miles Straw, Dalton Varsho, obviously Vladdy is one there. You want a cheap option, depending on who the catcher is here. Heineman or Alejandro Kirk could be a cheap catching option if you need a catcher in this afternoon or night. What are we calling it? Night slate? In that night slate. So that's kind of what I'd look there. So we move Cleveland to Detroit. We know Detroit's been good. Mize, he's on track to start this game. It's not 100% confirmed yet. 2.53 ERA. He has not pitched in a couple of weeks, so he did leave, but he played in Colorado, 6 innings, 8 Ks, dominant in that one. He has not faced Cleveland this year, but when he's pitching at home this year, 1.47 ERA. So he has been good, and he should, in theory, get the run support he needs from Detroit. Then you got Luis L. Ortiz, 4.66 ERA. It's kind of up there. We stacked Cincy against him last time. It kind of didn't really do much for us. 2 earned runs, 7 Ks. He did get 16.5, and he was 6,500. Tournaments, I guess you could throw him in there, but I'm leaning more towards Detroit bats over everything in this one, and that's probably where you want to go. I would look at Riley Green. I would look at Kerry Carpenter. I would look at Torkelson. Gleyber Torres, I believe he is healthy. I would also look at Javi Baez stacking here. I would look at Casey Mize as long as he's 100% good to go and he's not on any sort of pitch count and he could get us at least, 5-6 innings, 100-ish pitches, 7-8 strikeouts, and only give up a minimum or maximum of 3 runs, I think it could be a good game there. So that's what I would look at in this game. Next game, Dodgers at the Mets. You do have a big ballpark here. You got David Peterson versus Tony Gonsolin. Peterson coming in middle of the road there against the Yankees on Sunday Night Baseball. Gave up 2 runs, but then they had that big explosive inning, 6 runs in the 8th inning, I believe. So he held them pretty well, but then that bullpen came in and they didn't do anything. Kind of middling in the road there. I don't trust him against the Dodgers. In his career, 99 plate appearances, a 398 batting average against them. They've absolutely smacked him, just spanked his little bottom. And then you got Tony Gonsolin coming in. We used him his last start, 1.6 against the Angels. 4 innings, 4 runs, 5 walks. He walked 5 people. 1.6. He did have, other than that, that was his worst outing. He's now going up against the Mets. In his career, 41 plate appearances, a 205 batting average, and 19.5 K percentage. So the numbers have been good. I just don't trust him enough. I think this could be a shootout. I'm obviously leaning more towards the Dodgers. But if we look at them, Freddie Freeman has 2 home runs against him. Will Smith has a home run. Muncy, Rojas, and Teoscar Hernandez all have home runs. You guys know us or know me if you've been here around a little bit. If Teoscar Hernandez is in the lineup and there's a lefty in this lineup, I am all over him for 2+ bases or home run every single time. Mets bats against Gonsolin. Brandon Nimmo does have a home run. That is it. Against right-handed pitching, though, like Pete Alonso this year, batting .300. You got Francisco Alvarez batting .308. I fully expect him to be starting, so that's one I would look at. You've got Mark Vientos, .246 batting average. You've got Soto with 7 home runs, Nimmo with 5, Vientos 4. I'm looking at all of these guys. I'm looking at stacks in this. The over-under right now is 8.5. Depending on when you watch this video, it may have gone up. Just kind of continue to monitor it and see and just play it by ear there. So it really just depends on what we've got going on here, but I don't trust the pitching whatsoever. Then you got Christopher Sanchez versus Jeffrey Springs. Sanchez I would give a little bit of boost to, but the problem is this ballpark, the wind is blowing directly out. It is a minor league ballpark, and the runs have been aplenty here this year. So we look at that. Against Springs, really no one's done anything, but against left-handed pitching this year, Schwartz is batting .303 with 9 bombs. Harper batting .307. Edmundo Sosa batting .438. Turner .361. Castellanos .349. Rojas .294. They are hitting lefties very well. This looks like one where we're looking at Philly 2+ stack as well, just like I did at Atlanta. That's kind of where I'd go in this one. And then Athletics against Sanchez, no one's really seen him against lefties this year. Langolier's batting .438, Soderstrom batting .286, Jacob Wilson batting .364, Miguel Andujar batting .417, and Brent Rooker batting .333 with 4 bombs. Those are the bats I'm looking at. I just found out today that Jacob Wilson is Jack Wilson's son. And I just remember Jack Wilson making dumb plays in the infield where he's uncoordinated, touching the bag and throwing them out at first. That, I think for the Tigers, that play is ingrained in my mind. So let me know if you know who Jack Wilson is. And let me know if you even realize he's old enough to have a kid who's already in the major leagues batting. What is he batting overall? .342 this year, an on-base machine. It's been wild that I just found that out. So yeah, let me know if you guys knew that little trivia. You might have, you might not have. I don't know. Then your final game, you've got the Marlins at the Angels. We got Cal Quantrill versus Jose Soriano. Over-under is 8.5 right now. And the Angels are 1.5 point favorites. The Angels do strike out the most out of any team, though. So that's definitely something to monitor. But if we look at this, Angels bats against Quantrill. Moncada has a home run. That is it, though. But overall, he's given up a .325 batting average to everybody. They just haven't hit home runs. And then against right-handed pitching, Moncada batting .246 this year. Nito batting .291, leading off, will get you 4 at-bats. Rengifo, .240. Shanuel batting .296. Adele batting .214, but does have 5 bombs. And then you've got Jorge Soler batting .243 with 6 bombs. And then you've got Taylor Ward, only batting .208, but has 11 bombs. So all of these guys they've done very well. I don't trust Cal Quantrill at all, whatsoever. You can look at him. He's averaging 7.3. He's got a 6.30 ERA. He's coming off a great game against Tampa Bay. That's fine. And the Dodgers somehow. But at 2.2, 2.1, he's been lit up. The Angels, They do strike out the most. They're averaging 9.8 a game and 9.95 at home. So if you want to take Quantrill for like 6+ strikeouts, that could be good. I just don't trust him. When he pitches on the road, he's got a 7.30 ERA. I would stack the Angels there. And if you don't trust Soriano, he is 3.57 ERA. Off a bad game there, had a great game against San Diego, and then just didn't hit value here for a while. They've now jumped him up to 8,000. Splits-wise, he has not faced Miami this year. When he's pitching at home, he does have a 5.95 ERA. So it's just been worse at home for whatever reason. And sometimes we see that. But if we were to take Miami bats against Soriano, they do hit righties well. They really haven't seen him. But, I mean, you're looking at like Liam Hicks batting 308, Agustin Ramirez batting 275, Norby batting 270. You got Kyle Stowers batting 279 with 10 bombs. Like, these are the ones I'm looking at. I would look at a stack. I'm probably stacking both sides. I think I give the slight advantage to the Angels, but Miami could be a sneaky stack that I honestly don't know how many people will be on today. There you have it. That is your Saturday breakdown. We are now going to give you all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. Now, the record still held for at least a month now. 10 out of 10 matchup rating, 38 batters. I don't think we're going to beat it today, but we're going to try. Yeah, we're not going to beat it today, but one day we will. All right. So number 1, Aaron Judge in Coors, as long as the weather holds up. I fully expect that, but we'll definitely see. He's going up against the lefty and Kyle Freeland. Number 2 is Bryce Harper. 3 is Kyle Schwarber. 4 is Shohei Ohtani. 5, Kyle Tucker. 6, Brandon Lau. 7, Bobby Witt Jr. 8, Rafi Devers. 9, Nick Castellanos. 10, Vladdy Guerrero. 11, Juan Soto. 12, Gunnar Henderson. 13, Taylor Ward. 14, Michael Garcia. 15, Vinny Pasquantino. 16, Nolan Schanuel. Followed by Mookie Betts, Spencer Horwitz, and Alejandro Kirk. So you can see we are short of the 38 by quite a bit. That just happens. Again, these are through 10,000 sims. About an hour or so before the main slate locks at 3:05, we'll update it to 20,000 sims. So we'll see if there's any difference there from how many we just did to where we're at right now. So that is what I'm looking at. And those are all of the batters at the moment that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rate. Now, the pitches be crazy. I don't always agree with all of these, but these are the ones that are going up against teams that strike out the most. So number 1, pitch be crazy here. Cal Quantrill at the Angels. The Angels are striking out 9.8 times per game, 9.95 at home. Number 2 is Max Fried at Colorado. Colorado is striking out 9.76 times per game, 9.36 at home. Number 3 is Zach Eflin at Boston. Boston is striking out 9.12 times per game, 8.27 at home. Number 4 is Colin Ray at Cincy. Cincy is striking out 8.96 times per game, but only 8.16 at home. And Colin Ray has not had success in the past against them. And that's the game where I'm more stacking both sides. So I'm stacking the Cubs and Cincy. I don't trust that one. I really don't trust Zach Eflin at Boston either. And then finally is Hunter Dobbins versus Baltimore. Make sure Hunter Dobbins is that pitcher that you can use in this slate and not the very early game. Sometimes they switch it around, sometimes they don't. Baltimore is striking out 8.96 times per game, 9.04 on the road. So to reiterate, pitches be crazy. Number 1 is Cal Quantrill. Number 2 is Max Fried. Number 3 is Zach Eflin. Number 4, Colin Ray. And number 5 is Hunter Dobbins. So now we're going to do the Makin Bacon bet. So these are batters we think could get at least 2+ bases. You can always parlay them together. I wouldn't parlay all of them. And then if you want to step it up and look at some of these to hit home runs, they're in great ballparks. Weather, except for in Colorado, is a factor or shouldn't be a factor. The wind blowing out, the stadiums, we take all of that into effect. So number 1, I've got Aaron Judge. As long as that weather holds up, I love that matchup in Coors. Number 2 is Paul Goldschmidt right behind him. 3 is Bryce Harper. 4 is Nick Castellanos. 5 is Bobby Witt Jr. 6 is Rafi Devers against Eflin, not the first game. Next is Vladdy Guerrero. Alex Bregman versus Morton, which would be the early game. And then Brandon Lau versus Jose Barrios. So you can use some of those. I wouldn't say parlay them all together, but like a 2 or 3, and you want to make different ones, that's completely okay as well. And then looking at strikeouts, like if you want to target some of these pitchers for X amount of strikeouts, we usually look for the lines and try to go that way. So Brian Wu, if you can find a line. So depending on what book you have, obviously the lines are a little bit different, but Brian Wu, if you can find a line of 6+ strikeouts, I would like that. Kramer Valdez, 6+ strikeouts. Max Fried, 6+ strikeouts. Those are the ones I'm looking at the most. So not a ton today. Just like you could also maybe look at Michael King if you want to look at 4+ strikeouts, or maybe even 5+ for Michael King against the Braves. But again, he's already been hit by them pretty good recently this year, and then Acuna is back, so that does scare me a little bit. So there you have it. That is your Saturday edition, depending on when you watch this video. So depends on when you watch it. But we do have UFC Fight Night, Blanchfield versus Barber. We're going to have the cheat sheet out there. You go to the MMA. We've got simulations and the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet will have all the ones and the ones we think the fighters we think are going to win. And then on top of that, we have optimal lineups built in there for you guys. We have optimal lineups for all sports, but they are a great starting point. They're not just a copy paste, and that is it. So again, if you guys have been interested to get the FTA Plus yearly pass instead of $199, you want to get $100 off. It is first come, first serve to email me for that last spot. That's dfshelp1@gmail.com. Everything is in the description down below, along with our email and our absolutely free Discord. So good luck today, whether or not you're playing DFS, sports betting, you're looking at MMA or MLB, or maybe you're even playing NBA still. Good luck to everybody. Let's have fun, but most importantly, bring home some bacon. Peace.